every day. The Black Wall Streets and A.G. Gaston and this conference. That's the theme, right? That's why we're here. We have one vision, one cause, elevating African American entrepreneurship. I do it every day. I'm not some depressed and overworked and stressed out activist because I have to look for Black-owned firms. Once I let my bucket down, that part is not as hard as you think, and not nearly as hard as the situation is dire. And here's the ticker. Are you ready? You ready? Here's the ticker. I'm still fly. I'm still fly. My makeup is on point, Black-owned, Lamique Cosmetics, also wrote a design group, also Iman, and also, of course, I use High Mineral Cosmetics right here out of Birmingham. So, I'm still fly, my money is still safe, FDIC insured in a Black bank, and when you buy my book today, that money will go straight into that Black-owned bank, Liberty Bank. I have money in other banks too. I'm very happy that we have those banks as sponsors today. I do have money in other banks, but when I think about the fact that King died and asked me to put my money there, I find a way to put some of my money in a Black-owned bank. It's not that hard, and it's not too late. Kellogg Business School conducted that study based on our experiment, and they showed that out of our $1 trillion in buying power, 2 to 3% of that goes to Black-owned businesses. That's awful. But then the study showed that if middle-class consumers, those with $75,000 in household income or more, those of us with a little something to invest and give back, and those of us who should be doing more, 2 to 3%, if we would just go to 10%, no one's asking you to live like I do, just 10%, we could create 1 million new jobs in America. Our research shows that these businesses are so under-supported that a small boost in support would have a geometric impact. New jobs from the money we already have and currently spend, just 10% going to those quality businesses we already have and currently neglect. No government program, no corporate donation, 1 million new American jobs. So are you ready? Are you ready to do a little bit more, 7% more? Are you going to go back to that Black-owned business that you visited a couple of years ago where you might not have received the best service? You gave Trump a try. Can a brother or sister get a second chance? So as we kick off this 2020 A.G. Gaston conference here in Birmingham, with his hotel right down the street in Birmingham, so rich in history and culture and achievement, I want to ask you, what are they going to say about us? Will they say that we continued Dr. King's real fights? Will they say that we came together and met and planned for justice and prosperity, for equality and empowerment? Let's make them say that we use this grand day, this little time that we have together, to do our part to counter unemployment, grow our businesses, recycle our wealth, create legacies of entrepreneurship, unity, and prosperity, and improve our collective way of life, improve our cities and our country as a whole. Let's make them say that we came together, people of all kinds, rich and poor, urban, suburban, Black, not, and made some decisions and deals and challenged and changed the systems that exploit, insult, and neglect us. Let's make them say that every minute, every conversation, every move, hug, and handshake at the 2020 A.G. Gaston Conference was made with Booker T in mind, with Dr. King in mind, with A.G. Gaston and Rosa Parks in mind, with those kids out there who go their whole young lives and never encounter a Black business owner in mind, with a sincere belief that Birmingham was, should, and therefore can be once again different when it comes to our businesses and our neighborhoods. So what are you going to do? Because no one's really answered me yet. Because if you ain't ready, then I wasted my time coming here. I should have just go back to my normal life. You know, where I drive around and away from the Black neighborhoods and businesses, ignoring the plight of my people, the rights of my people, and the power of my people, just so I can brag that I wear Gucci and Versace and do all of my shopping downtown. I don't want to live like that anymore. Do you? Is that how you want to live? Is that how you want to be? Is that how you want to be remembered? Because if you're not ready for what the A.G. Gaston Conference really means and has to offer, then maybe I should. Maybe we all should. Maybe we should just give up and give in and believe what they believe about us. No. I say no. And Bob says no. I want to be like Gaston now. That's how I want to be. Like Gaston now. So are you ready for the work? And you ourselves without scrutiny and scorn? Can you do it? What you feeling in here, saying in here, clapping for in here, can you prove it and push it and promote it out there? I know you want to, I know you can. I get so much praise about what we did in the empowerment experiment, how courageous we were, how giving, how committed. That's cool, but the real praise belongs to Bob and your partners and your sponsors for doing business with our black businesses. Your team training our black businesses, finding financing and opportunity for these black businesses. It's your courage that wakes me up every day. It's your commitment that persuades me not to give up. It's because of you that I put all into this before my family and my career. So with all that praise and love I have for you, I'm still going to challenge you today. I'm demanding even more of you. Because I want my girls to know that not only they can buy from Target, that was the 50s and 60s, or work at Wells Fargo. We're getting a little better there. We fought for that. My children need to know that they can own Target like the Drayton family did, or build a bank like Henry Wells and William Fargo did. That someone black, like the black people who fought for them to be free, helped build that beautiful stadium y'all about to have in Birmingham, or library, or hotel. Someone like A.G. Gaston owns that IT firm, that TV network, that grocery store, that shoe store. Just like all those black people they read about and see represented in the stories and the statues all over Birmingham. So maybe it's time we fight for that too. Birmingham led the fight before. That's why we're here, in honor of A.G. Gaston, beginning this day with black business owners, MBEs qualified to help deliver the Birmingham promise. Birmingham, lead, not with statues, but with successful businesses, with black suppliers, with meaningful contracts going to black-owned firms. I want to see more names like Jackson and Newkirk and Washington on those placards. Birmingham, lead the way. A.G. Gaston's booming businesses were right here in Birmingham downtown. Lead the way by making sure that those successful businesses are owned by black people again, here. These kids down on the south side of Chicago, they need to see more of our business owners. They need to see more of them win. They don't need to see mission statements, strategic plans, fancy ceremonies, and beautiful statues. They need to see MBEs win. They need to see Selena. Harvard MBA, Selena Cuff, left her cush gig at P&G and founded Heritage Link Brands. Listen, when she learned in 2005 in a trip that she made to South Africa that there was a $5 billion wine industry there and less than 2% of it was owned by blacks, she got upset and she built Heritage Link Brands. Now Heritage, my wine company, is the largest company in the wine industry to market and trade Africa's black-made wines. Heritage is curing economic disparities here and in Africa. One of those winemakers is the House of Mandela, led by the women of the Mandela family, Makasiwi and Takwini, respectively the daughter and granddaughter of Nelson Mandela. Together, Heritage, House of Mandela, and partners they have at Walmart and Jewel who sell their wine, and people like me who buy that wine, we create jobs for black people in Africa and in America. One of my favorite Heritage Link Brands wines is called Bukatrabe. Bukatrabe. And I drink a lot of Bukatrabe. A lot of Bukatrabe. You know why? Because I have to. Because there's nothing that Maggie Anderson won't do for the movement. I gotta drink that wine to get those jobs from my people. I will make that sacrifice. Drink that wine. I know tons of awesome MBEs like Selena, smart, successful, giving back, representing black people, representing Africa, representing her corporate partners that sell her brands. But she can't do it without me, and she can't do it without other consumers like me. And I can't do it alone. There's only so much wine I can drink. So I'm hoping that I can get somebody to drink some Bukatrabe with me in Birmingham. Come on, y'all, I'm spreading this message. I'm always looking for corporate partners, government partners, university partners. But I want to make some new friends today in Birmingham. I hope I can find some drinking partners, too. Bob assured me that that would not be a problem in Birmingham, Alabama. But seriously, though, seriously. We got so much in this room. Please, y'all, please, don't let this be another business card exchanging bonanza, another pretty people posing for the pictures party, another networking affair where nothing is netted and no work is done. Is that really why we're here? Is that why you invited me? Is that why A.G. Gaston Businesses, to all these sponsors and Gaynell and Bob and Connie and all the rest of the fantastic team, worked tirelessly to provide us with such an extraordinary forum and such a magnificent, world-class, astonishingly awesome opening speaker? Really? So let's lead the way, Birmingham. You did it before in rooms like this. We got everything they had in this room. 60 years ago, down the street, they got together in rooms like this in A.G. Gaston's hotel to talk about progress and power and building businesses. Leaders from the SCLC and the Alabama Christian Movement for Human Rights took up residence in that hotel, in that black-owned hotel, and they planned protests, and they had conferences. The National Baptist Convention was at that hotel. Stevie Wonder, Harry Belafonte, all kinds of greats stayed at that hotel. Wouldn't it be great if that would have happened now? In A.G. Gaston's hotel, these decisions were made, and they influenced the national civil rights movement in that hotel, in those rooms. We have a room like that right now, here, today. So we owe it to them to continue what they started. So let me just try to show you one last time how this works, and then I'm done. I know I've been giving you a lot of statistics and studies and history and research, but let me give you my personal truth and why I've made this fight my life. Some of y'all remember the first time I came to the A.G. Gaston conference in February 2015. I was here with my partner and friend Eugene Mitchell, an executive from New York Life and a corporate revolutionary like me. And he had rallied over 1,200 black insurance agents to make a public commitment to get 200,000 black families and businesses to get $250,000 in life insurance. And together, the agents and the families and the business owners, we create $50 billion in black wealth. We're going to go a 20-city tour and promote black entrepreneurship and economic solidarity and saving and investing and supporting our businesses. We're going to get my 1 million jobs, and he was going to get that $50 billion for our community. For the tour, we couldn't think of a better place to launch the tour than in Birmingham, or a better partner to launch the tour with than Bob Dickerson and the A.G. Gaston Conference. A couple of months after we got into the tour, we moved in summer of 2015. I started having trouble climbing the stairs and running through the airport. It was weird. I finally got to the doctor, and it turns out that I was sick. Summer 2015, we had a stop in Detroit with the National Newspaper Press Association, the Black Press, Ben Chavis, 200 black newspapers were there. It was huge, beautiful. After that, we went to Grand Rapids, Atlanta, then Montgomery. 5 days later, July 1st, 2015, I was in baggage claim, hadn't even made it home, and I got a call from the doctor. Turns out I am sick. Was sick for a while, but the symptoms had only showed up right when we started doing this tour. I have adult onset muscular dystrophy. And suddenly, as soon as they told me I got it, I started getting weaker and weaker, sicker and sicker. So fast. It happened so fast. I couldn't walk upstairs. I couldn't drive. I couldn't pick up a carton of juice. I wondered, now how am I going to serve? How am I going to preach and teach now? So I called crying to my friend Eugene, my partner and best friend, and I told him, I can't do this anymore. The empowerment experiment is over. And Eugene, to prove his unyielding faith in me, asked me to speak at this other big conference. Like he didn't even hear what I said. My condition had worsened, and I could barely get out of a chair. I was sad, and I was scared, and I was worried about people looking at me and pitying me. I didn't want to do it. I was running 3 miles a day 6 months before that speech, and the doctors had just damned me to a wheelchair and possibly an early death. Right when my dreams started to come true for this movement, right as my little babies were coming, little ladies, everything was becoming crystal clear in my life, and then all of a sudden, it came crumbling and crashing in front of me. I could barely stand up, but I was supposed to give a speech about taking a stand. Why? Because God sent me an angel in Eugene, and Eugene told me you got to give this speech about strength and success, even though you feel weak. So I did, and it was amazing. Amazing. So amazing that one of the folks that we honored in that speech ended up being New York Life's paper company. But this is another important part of the story. Stay with me. After the speech, Eugene helped me off the stage. Then everybody in the audience, they jumped out of the seats. The audience surrounded me, and they hugged me, and they held me, and they cried for me, and they prayed on me. Strangers, all races, because they saw I was sick. and I didn't look like I would make it through the year, and they didn't overlook it to be polite. They came to me, and they gave me the strength I needed to continue the fight. This is true. Ever since that night, I've been getting stronger. A few days after that night, I got off my medication, and ever since, without medication, with every city, every event, every business or group or church or school I work with, I get stronger. Every time I'm out there with y'all, I get stronger and stronger. Happening, healing, 4 years now. So just look at me, Birmingham, that I'm standing here, that I can wave my arms like this, that I can jump up and down like this. The doctor said irreversible, degenerative disease. The doctor said my muscles once strong will destroy themselves. That's what they said. And ain't that what they say about us? That we, once strong, will eventually destroy ourselves. The doctor said I'm just supposed to wither away and rot and waste and forget who I was and how strong I was and who depended on me and focus on the pain and the problems. That's what they said. No, but I say, and Bob says, you gotta step in, not give in. Eugene says, you gotta sacrifice first and know because of faith that the strength you need will follow. George Fraser says, we gotta lift up those who need it, even when we need lifting up ourselves. That's what they taught me. And family, I wanted to share that testimony about my disease and about my friends, about the power of this movement, because like you can see, I'm all about proof. Everything I say is based on fact, on history, and research, and truth. But I shared that truth today because 10 years ago is when I took that stand. And in these 10 years, there have been 3 men who have loved me, pushed me, taught me, and supported me the most, besides my husband, John. You are taping this. I love you very much. And those 3 people helped heal me. God brought them to me to keep me focused, on track, and strong. So today, God made it so, 10 years after the empowerment experiment, that all of us will be together in Birmingham. That your next speaker is George Fraser, longtime mentor, partner, and friend, gave me this illustrious community service award right when I finished the experiment and allowed me to preach through tears just a month after my mother died because he didn't want me to give up. George Fraser is here. So stand up and clap for George Fraser. Keep standing. And Eugene, who put me on that tour and encouraged me to speak when I was at my weakest, he is here. And my friend, our friend who gave me this honor today, 10 years after the empowerment experiment. We are all here in Birmingham. As busy, as separated as we are and haven't seen each other in years, God put us all here together today. We're reunited, and I feel good. They say I'm sick, but I feel good, so don't y'all worry about me, muscular dystrophy. I just wanted you to see actually how blessed I am in this movement. That there are miracles to be made in this movement. In this movement, I have friends. In this movement, I am strong. In this movement, I buy black. In this movement, I believe in us. I believe. I do, just like King did. I believe. I peered over that mountaintop too. And when I was able to stand again tall, I could see over that mountaintop to the promised land too. So I know that when we stand up together as women, as sisters, Gaynell, as brothers and partners, as believers and business owners, when we lift each other up, even though we need lifting up ourselves, when you put Bob and Eugene and George together in a room, we can not only see over that mountaintop into the promised land. We, MBEs, are businesses that they are still strong. Then stand up with me, stand up and hear like you will stand up for them out there, for us, for all of us. Stand up if you believe that our community does not have to be poor and powerless anymore. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Then show me. I've shown you my strength. Now show me yours. Give me some healing this afternoon because they tell me that I can no longer stand understand if this disease comes back, I need to know that each and every one of you will keep on, will keep standing up, will keep speaking out, will keep giving and working and believing in us. You're going to keep letting your bucket down so that our tall tower will never tumble down. Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me share my story today. Thank you, Birmingham. I love you. Thank you, Mark.
Beautiful. Thank you, Maggie, for reminding us that there is no coincidence while we're all in this room today. Her charge to us is doable. She said to aim for justice and prosperity. She said that we can do something if only 10%. If only 10%. Imagine if we did much more. And she said it just requires courage. Courage to do. Maggie, thank you for that powerful, powerful message. Her book is available, right? So you will be outside, so I hope that you will go and visit with her. Thank you, young lady. That's a powerful, powerful message to us. So we will convene at 1 o'clock across the hall to hear the great George Fraser. See you then.